Latest on Chris Jericho coming back to WWE. Oba Femi is already on Braun Breaker's level in the WWE. Yeah, we're talking about that. Dirty Dominik's shoulder injury update and another big return to talk about that's coming up soon. It's the Sportskeeda Wrestling News. Get in the comments below. Chris Jericho, the inevitable return, it feels like, gets an even bigger update. Some WWE licensees are under the belief that Chris Jericho will soon be available. So this is all the people that WWE does merchandise with, video games with, all those partnerships, maybe even like a 2K. So will he be in the next 2K 2026 video game? Will he be in different mobile games? Will he be in, the merch collabs? A lot of different things you can do with Chris Jericho's back catalog to make some cool merch, but when is he showing up? A lot of people say, just have him come back in the Royal Rumble. It's been done. Jericho's not going to do what he's already done. He's literally done a Royal Rumble return before. How can he return in a way he didn't return before? So there's no teasing, there's no vignettes just yet that I think they can even tease to, because he's still under contract apparently for like at least the next 24 hours while I record this. So, Raw, New York, there's another name that may return to Raw, New York. We will touch on that in this video. WWE reportedly is very impressed with this name from NXT. Let's go there. Oba Femi, yes, the ruler of NXT, has been making a big splash. He was, quote, unbelievably impressive to some sources within WWE when he had appearances on SmackDown and wrestled on Saturday night's main event, John Cena's last match. Earlier on that show, he hung with Cody Rhodes. Pretty impressive. Didn't like the finish in that one, though. Just me. Now, Bodyslam.net is reporting that officials within WWE view Oba Femi, now get this, they view him on par with another up-and-coming name in WWE, one that has already held main roster gold, one that could become the world champion in a week's time, Braun Breaker. They're already putting Oba Femi with Braun Breaker. He is leapfrogging a lot of people right now, if that is the case. And I know some people are like, what? No, maybe you watch some NXT, maybe you get caught up on this guy. He has that, oh boy, woo, you see this? He has that factor to him. And we have a big video on our channel about his background, how he got into sports, how he's one of the first real big next in line recruits of WWE to become a big superstar in training, there. So check out that video. We'll try and link that in the comments below. So check that out. All right, so what do you think? Am I wrong about this? Is he not on Braun Breaker's level? I want to hear your take. Here's an update, a positive update on Dirty Dominik Mysterio. Now, he suffered that shoulder injury. There were concerns. Dirty Dom had a big 2025, tangled with John Cena, had the Intercontinental Championship. He is the guy in AAA in their big Lucha Libre expansion with WWE, but he suffered a shoulder injury in a tag team match, also involving his father, Rey Mysterio. And there was a lot of concern. And now we have an update, thankfully, from Fightful Select and other outlets. No surgery. So no surgery. And the hope is that he will return in time for the Royal Rumble, 3 to 4 weeks. So will he be in the Royal Rumble? I mean, you could be in the Royal Rumble, do a couple things, and not have to be too active in there. Woo, kind of a relief if this is the case. Another big name is set for a huge return to WWE, and it could happen at Raw in Brooklyn. Chad Gable. Thank you. Yes, Chad Gable has been out of action since the summer, and also did the big thing with the Grande Americano character, and that was featured on WrestleMania, but injuries catch up, and then he's on the shelf for a good half of 2025 when he was having a really big 2024 and 2025. I think he could do even bigger in 2026. I think you can't sleep on Chad Gable. He can talk, he can wrestle circles around people. We haven't even seen him have the best possible match that he can have, and he can do that. All the comparisons to Kurt Angle, I know, Olympic wrestler who then makes it big in WWE, they're all there, but just get that out of your head because he's truly his own player. I think he's doing different things with leading a faction. I think there's stuff you can do with him in the Grande Americano character as it's portrayed by a new person now. There's a lot of interesting things you can do with him, and I will say this. Let's ask this question. You give me the answer in the comments below. Will he become a world champion? Chad Gable, can become a world champion. He's been in WWE quite some time. You got to start asking that question if he'll become a world champion. I think there's a possibility of it in 2026. I don't mind being wrong. Yeah. Jey Uso is putting it in the haters' face. That's right. He and his brother are dancing with gold again. That's right. A banger of a match. One of the best WWE tag team matches I've seen in months. They recapture the WWE World Tag Team Gold from AJ Styles and Dragon Lee. A great match. They teased some dissension earlier in the night. That heel turn with Jey after all the setbacks he's had in 2025, it's all there. But they're champions again. And now he's flaunting it with this image here on his Instagram story. Obviously, there's a lot of people that just pile on and hate on Jey, and I get it. He says, I know y'all, man. I know y'all, man. Come on. Can't deny him. They won clean, by the way. So, gonna get a yeet? Is this a yeetable moment or no yeet? Yeet or no yeet? You let me know. I know internet people enjoy it. No yeeting, I guess, is easier. Piling on. Right. Shayna Baszler, she has something to say about her fellow four horsewomen of MMA and their work in pro wrestling. Ronda Rousey, let's go there. Shayna Baszler speaking with Chris Van Vliet in an extensive interview that she's now removed from WWE about someone else who also made the leap from MMA to WWE with her, Ronda Rousey. She said, I never say that Ronda's done. Question, will we ever see Ronda back in WWE? I never say that Ronda's done. She's a crazy person. She loves being a mom. It would take a bit, but come on. CM Punk came back. That's right. No one ever thought CM Punk would come back to WWE. He had that Hell Frozen Over t-shirt. That makes sense. She goes on to say, Ronda can come back. There's no such thing as never in pro wrestling. 100% true. Now, Ronda Rousey herself spoke about this recently. She said, I just don't think I could ever be on the road with the company again. I believe she's referencing WWE there. I have 2 girls now. Hopefully we can have some more soon. So she's planning to expand her family. That's a big, big thing. There's just no room in my life to be able to maintain that lifestyle and a family at the same time. But she says, there's always an open door. If you ever want to come back, let us know. She's kind of noting that as well. I'm of the thought Ronda could come back and do some big things in WWE. I just don't feel she'll ever be as big as she once was. There's just too many women in WWE that are ahead of her in terms of just developing stardom and stuff like that. And I wonder what the audience would greet her like, how they would feel about her coming back. One of the greatest tag teams of all time is looking at what's going on with the tag team picture in WWE. The Hardys, speaking on the Usos' recent title win, they want that WrestleMania dream match. Let's go there. Matt Hardy just put it out there. After the big title win by Jimmy and Jey Uso this week on Monday Night Raw, Matt Hardy tweeting out congrats at WWE Usos. Well-deserved win. You guys absolutely killed it. I agree. It was a great match. Maybe at WrestleMania, it's time for the Usos versus the New Day versus the Hardy Boys. Generational dream match. Matt Hardy is a guy who just puts it out there. He was ahead of the curve with the social media stuff. And I'm talking like really early on. The Matt Facts and all the different things. And he also has that rarefied veteran status where I think if this was a younger wrestler, you can't just say that. But if you're a veteran wrestler, sure. It's that weird thing where you think you can get away with it. Is that a match you want to see? I do think that the Usos are in a prime position. And if WWE takes a different approach, especially with so many guys on the roster, to make tag team wrestling feel like it has stories and depths to it. I think they've been able to do that with Jimmy and Jey before. And I think you need to do that. When you have 2 brothers versus 2 brothers, there's a lot there that's already written. And then you can build on the depth. And then you have the New Day. Some generational stuff right there. I want to see that match. Do you want to see that match that Matt Hardy just made? Come on. Let us know. Comments below. Sound off. All right, Royal Rumble's a few weeks away. Who do you have winning that? Who do you have in the Royal Rumble? I mentioned Oba Femi. I mentioned Chad Gable. Maybe Chris Jericho's in the Royal Rumble. Who do you want to see in the Royal Rumble? Let us know in the comments below.